Because of the choices I made 10 years ago, I ended up right here, in the front of a crowd at a concert venue to see the band Marilyn Manson. Hi, my name is Courtney, and I'm going to be telling you my story. The story of how the band Marilyn Manson has changed for my life, and of all the people I've met and the places I've been, the experiences I've had, all because of this band. I first found the band Marilyn Manson in 2007 when I was 12 years old. Now, if you were my age, imagine yourself back in 2007. Those were the scene/emo days, and we all loved Nightmare Before Christmas. And so I found the song This Is Halloween on this site called IMVU, and I was in love, as any alternative kid would have been. And after that, I was hooked. I was looking up all of Marilyn Manson's songs, and I happened to tell my dad, and he was like, oh yeah, I know of him. And he bought some of his music videos for me on iTunes, like The Beautiful People, Coma White, and The Dope Show. And it was incredible, something I had never seen before. In the summer of 2011, I spent that whole summer watching every piece of material on the band and Manson that I could find. Every song, every video, every interview, and it was kind of scary with how obsessed I was. In May of 2012, I was able to purchase my first Marilyn Manson album titled Born Villain. This was my first big milestone that had to do with Marilyn Manson, and to support this record, Manson went on tour. So 2012 was also the first year that I saw Marilyn Manson live in concert. Have you ever thought your love for something couldn't get any bigger? Well, that's what I thought too, but the love and passion I had for this band doubled. And this may be lame, but I seriously cried when the curtain came down and I saw the band for the first time. I only ever saw these people through a screen. I only ever heard these songs through a speaker. So to hear it in person live, it was overwhelming. And after all those concerts, I'd literally met hundreds of other fans of the band on Facebook. And I recognized some of them from the concerts, and I was like, oh yeah, I saw you in St. Petersburg, you were right in front of me. And so many great friendships grew from this, and not only to other fans, but to members of the band as well. One of the craziest trips I ever did was a concert where me and my friends drove to Biloxi, Mississippi for the first time for a Halloween show. The venue was inside a casino, and I was under 21. So that was a disaster to get organized, but we got to the venue at 1 a.m. in the morning. Well, at night technically. We waited in line for 17 hours, and we were first, we made sure of that, but it was a long 17 hours, and it was very cold. I have amazing friends because they roughed through that with me, and sometimes I think to myself, why am I putting my body through all this? And then as soon as I get on the rail, I remember, oh yeah, this is why. The band makes it all worth it. After all of these experiences, sometimes I'll be in my car driving and listening to an album, and I'll be thinking about 12-year-old me and being such a huge fan of this band and not even being able to fathom the experiences that I have now. And it brings me to tears a lot because of how happy it makes me. 12-year-old me would never think that 10 years from now I'm going to be traveling all over the United States with people I met online and get after-show passes to Manson shows and be able to relate to tons of people. I never thought I'd have this passion that I can share with hundreds of other people. And I wouldn't trade my life for the world. I'm so happy with it. Even my passion for digital media sparked from music and how it can affect you physically and mentally. Up until now, I have been to 17 Marilyn Manson shows. I have done 7 meet and greets in total. And I have gone to at least 5 conventions to see my friends and Twiggy Ramirez, who is the bass player of Marilyn Manson. And I know these numbers will all just grow. Marilyn Manson just came out with their 10th studio album called Heaven Upside Down, and he makes it clear this is not their last. This is not the end yet for them, and it's definitely not the end yet for me.